Hi everyone, just want to make a real quick video to talk a little bit about the end of the semester, which is coming up quite quickly. It's always very, very fast in the summer, probably a bit too fast in my opinion to really get everything done, but anyways, that's how it works. And so we have about 2 weeks left. And in the final 2 weeks, there are two main things to do and one other little thing. The first and quickest coming up is the micro teach. Now, a lot of people tend to freak out over the micro teach. There's no reason to do that. The only goal of the micro teach is for you to do a lot of research and then get it down to a short little thing that you can teach to people and explain to your classmates. It's not high pressure. You don't have to do it in front of them. You can do a video and upload it. You can do a little podcast. You can write a poem, write a story, do a comic, write a paper, write an article. I really don't care how you approach the project as long as the goal in your mind is to take research that you've done on a philosophical topic, shrink it down and explain it in an interesting and entertaining way to other people. That's the goal. And so the way it tends to work is that, and I'll post all this on the website, the way this works is that you're either going to upload it to Dropbox, if that will work. Some files it won't take, some links it doesn't really work, or send me the link. If you have some giant file, like a giant audio file or a giant video file, it's probably easiest to use SoundCloud or to use YouTube or video or something like that. If you don't want the world seeing it, that's okay. Just make it private and it won't be searchable on YouTube, but you can still use that service. That's why I do it. And so once everyone sends all those in to me, I'll make a Google Doc, like a Google share page where I'll post everything on there or everything that will work. Occasionally something won't work. And then I'm going to ask you, that's the little assignment, to just go check everybody else's out and say something nice. If you have something bad to say, you can contact me, that's fine. But remember what it's like. Social media world is always about 20% more vicious than everywhere else. So I don't want any of that going on in the class. So just be nice. It's okay to be a little critical as long as you're nice. Just be nice. Okay, so the steps there are do your research, which you should hopefully have done some of that by now. Do the micro teach, that'll be due next Thursday. Send it to me or upload it to Dropbox. I will post those in a common area and ask you all for the following week to go take a look at them. Okay? And the last thing for the last assessment, the last assignment for the class is a final assessment. Now there's 3 options. If you look on the syllabus, you'll see that I put this up there. And I want to real quickly say, if you haven't noticed, I'm not the toughest grader. My goal is to get you all to do the work. And if you do the work, I'm pretty happy. You got to do the work. It has to be legit, hard work, and you got to put in some effort. But if you do that, I tend to give pretty good grades, pretty high grades. And the final assessment works the same way. I'm not trying to kill anyone. I just want to see, did you pay attention? And can you think for yourself philosophically? Okay? So there's 3 options. The first option is just like a standard final assessment, like a standard final. And so I have a PDF with some questions on it, and you'll answer them in longish essay form. There's usually 2 or 3 questions per final. I have a battery of questions that I pick and choose from, and I change them up a little bit. And that takes people generally an hour to 2 hours to do. It's not a short final assessment. It's a normal final. It's kind of hard, actually, because I'm asking you to think about some difficult topics. But it's standard. It's something you've probably tried before. The second option is to do an oral assessment. When I was in grad school, I had to do this to get my master's degree, and I think it's very useful. It really makes you become a better thinker and a clearer explainer of ideas. If you can look at someone and they ask you and you have to explain it to them right to their face. So the way this works is that we just have a chat on Zoom, and I say, okay, so we did such and such over the semester, just tell me about it. And then you tell me something, and then I ask you a couple follow-up questions. It's not high pressure, it's just us chatting. And the way that's assessed is I record it. Obviously, I have to have some kind of a record. And then as long as you do well, you get an A just like everybody else would get an A if they do well on any other assignment. And it's not one that people often choose, but occasionally someone likes to choose it, and so I like to have it in there as an option. And then the third option, the final option, is to do a longer paper. So you've all done little bits of research over the semester on various things. And so the goal here is for you to be able to write a research paper. Now it doesn't have to be explicitly a research paper, it can be a modified version of that. You can argue a position if you really want to, but it must be philosophically informed from the class. You have to have ethics in there, or philosophy in there, or whatever it happens to be. Okay? And so it's a longer, deeper look into some topic that you choose. Some of you have already asked me about this, and I've given you some guidance. Okay, so those are the three options for the final assessment. The first is like a normal final. I ask you questions, you give me answers, I correct them. The second one is an oral assessment, where we have a chat and I see, did you learn stuff or not? And the third one is a longer research style paper into a specific philosophical topic. Okay? And all of those will be due on the last day of class, which is the 29th. I'm a little flexible there. If you need the next day, that's probably fine too. But Parkland is really, really quick. The grades are due right away in the summer semester. So I don't have time for giving you weeks extra, anything like that. So, okay. So micro teach next week. Upload the files or send them to me. I'll make a common thing. And then for the week after that, the final assessment. And there'll be another tiny little thing where I'll ask you to go look at your classmates' work and make some comment. All right.